Yo, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to episode 3 of the Culture Rich podcast show. My guest today is my cousin, Big Jess, a.k.a. PopOff. What's up, primo?
Yeah, what up, primo?
Good to see you, man.
Good seeing you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little too long, man. I know I took off to Washington and stuff, and nobody knew, but hey, I'm back. And it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, happy to be here. Shit, it's dope podcast you got going on, too.
Thank you. My boy,
shit's fire.
Yeah, my boy Mike from Jam Hits, it's powered by Jam Hits, gave a fat kid opportunity to get here and do our thing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's good to see you. What you been up to, man? How you been?
Shit, I just living life, I just got married.
All right.
So
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Primo.
Doing the husband thing right now.
Amen to that.
For life, actually,
That's right.
And I've been working. I dropped a couple projects last year. I dropped the 13 album. That one didn't have no features, just crazy production on it. Okay. And then I dropped the project with my dude Aguilar Don Bishop from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
We did an EP. He did all the production on there. Both of us.
What are the names of these projects, Cuzzo?
My album 13. That's the title of it. Okay, it was 13. My 13th album.
Okay.
So
So you putting in work, cuz.
Putting in 13th work, album. So got 13, and then we got the table with me and Aguilar.
Okay. Who did production on the 13 album?
That one, I got a bunch of different producers that I reached out to. Homage is on there, Sai Puda, Take Notes, my brother Take Notes.
Yeah.
I got a lot of different producers on there from the East Coast, from Cali, just different places.
Okay. And how about the other project?
The table. That one's just all Aguilar production.
Okay.
Yeah, he did all the beats.
Yeah, Aguilar's dope.
Yeah, he did a lot of shit for Busta Rhymes, Diplomats. A lot of names in the industry. All
right, man. Just give everybody, this is my little cousin right here, man. We it's a trip how we ran into each other. And on here, Culture Rich, we chop it up. Real conversation, real people. This is my primo right here, and we actually we didn't grow up together. He's the son of my mother's youngest brother, my Uncle Gilbert, and. Man, we met at my grandma Terry's, our grandma Terry's funeral.
Yeah.
Is when we finally met up. We were there and just something had us, we were familia, we gravitated, but then once we knew we both did music and we spit.
Yeah, I think you mentioned, your music to me and I said, damn, I just dropped the project. Yeah. So I think we went to the car and, started playing my shit. Then it turned into a freestyle session.
Yeah, we were just spitting in the parking lot at grandma's funeral. We were laughing about that.
And then after that, though, we kept in contact. And you're actually the one that showed me how to use Pro Tools and how to record with Pro Tools.
Yeah.
And before that, I was recording out of a Tascam, recording my vocals and trying to separate the beats and get it like that. But once I started linking with you, I started going to I remember I was going to your house every weekend and I was working on a project and that was like my first like official joint I put out called Work Ethics. But
I remember that, man.
Yeah, I did the whole album at your house. You had the studio and I was kind of learning the ropes as you were mixing everything and, kind of showing me how to use that shit.
And you're here now.
And that always stuck with me and I use Pro Tools to this day, and all the shit that you show me, how to record. I didn't know how to hit a fucking record button on Pro Tools.
Yeah,
and now I'll do all that now.
Well, that's good. That's inspiration, motivation, and now look where you're at. You elevated your game. We were talking about that on the last episode about elevating the game and everybody being that that self-sufficient individual, that artist that can. You did that, man. That's good. You stuck to that and you learned. You soaked it up. Like my boy, and I every show I'm going to mention his name because he's a big part to who I am and where I'm at, and part of my my culture, the hip hop culture is my homie Tony Soup Holmes. And my boy Bandit introduced me to him, but he always told me that elevating the game and the producer, be a producer, not a reducer. But he put me on, man, and where I was going, I just had a brain fart. That happens a lot.
I think too, though, like as you're coming up from the jump, and people that show you stuff that stick with you, you always remember that.
Yeah.
You know, like Aguilar, for instance. I was always a huge fan.
Yeah.
And I'm in Cali, he's in New York, so I didn't know him from a can of paint.
Yeah.
And I saw he had a show in LA, and at the time I'm like, he's not leaving LA without linking with me.
Yeah.
So I actually reached out to him on Twitter, and you know, I shot him some bread for a feature. We linked in the studio, and he was, you know, making the beats on the spot, writing, you know, his verses and recording everything all on the spot. Yeah. I was used to taking 2-3 days to write a verse.
Yeah.
You know, so now when I'm in the studio with somebody like that, it you know, sharpen irons, you know, iron sharpens iron. Yeah. So you know, you're forced to grow when you're in situations like that. So stuff like that, it sticks with you and you always remember it. So like I always pay homage to Aguilar because being in the lab with him, you know, I kind of felt like I was at boot camp. You know, just
you soaked it up.
Verse after verse, beat after beat, recording, you know, retake this, redo that. So, you know, a lot of that stuff, it sticks with you, and you always, you know, you
picked up that work ethic. Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Yeah, that's how I am with Soup, man. Soup, he put me up on a lot of game, and I soaked it up and tried to become a master of my craft. And that's where you're at now. That's good, man. You soaked it up, and it's you know, to have somebody that, you know, and I'm happy to be that, you know, that it feels good for you to say that, and thank you. You know, it feels good to know that that's what motivated it kept you going. You learned the game, and that's where I was getting at before I had my old man brain fart. It happens a lot. You all got to deal with me. But like I was saying, Soup used to tell me, and it's rooted in me. He's like, "This is $1 million game, Bobby," and teaching you Pro Tools and me learning Pro Tools, it is $1 million game, man. If we treat it right, we learn it, like I said, master our crafts and maneuver with the right people and get that perfect circle, you know what I'm saying? And
pass it down.
Yeah, pass it down. It's $1 million game. Don't be greedy, man. We're all trying to elevate together and move together. Teach the youth. We got to teach them, hey, this is what it is. Because when we're gone, why? You know, it's like money. We can't take money to heaven with us when we die. And if we want our kids and we want our nephews and their little homies and the game, the art form of hip hop and what we do, if we want that to move on in the culture of hip hop, we got to teach the game to the youngsters, man. We got to teach them how to produce and what everything is, the lingo, the terminology, you know, it's cool.
Yeah, and that's contributing, you know, to the game too. I mean, you don't want to leave the game, you know, the same way you left. So if I have, you know, a younger homie, family member, whatever the case, if I could show them what I know, I'm gonna show them everything. Yeah. You know, and hopefully they could run with that.
Yeah, well, shit.
That's contributing to the game.
It feels good, and it's a blessing to be a part of your life like that, because I know you eat hip hop, you eat it, sleep it, and the proof is right here. You got a couple of your projects, and then I've done a project that we don't have on the table right now, but we, you know, all that. This is all history, man. These are works, and your work, your hard work, and to be able to be a part of that, and know now that I was an inspiration to your growth, and in your growth, man, that feels good. And I'm gonna spread that love like butter. You know what I mean? We have to, man. Yeah. And like we said, that's the only way that this game's gonna keep growing and
elevating.
Yeah, elevating and remain. You know what I mean? And remain. You know, by us teaching, because you know there's a lot of jobs out there and careers that come to a crash because cats don't want to learn it. Like, just say underwater, just for example, underwater welding. You know what I mean? People, oh, I'm not a swimmer. Oh, I don't want to learn that. Oh, it's too dangerous. So what happens? That industry dies out. We don't want that music industry to die out. You know what I'm saying? So that's all part of us teaching and handing down the game, that $1 million game, man.
Skills pays the bills, you know?
Exactly. Skills pays the bills.
The more you know, the more you get.
Yes, sir. So coming up in the music industry, Primo, who were your inspirations, or when did you get started? Let's start there.
You know, my older brother, Take Notes, he you know, always had his friends over. He had his DJ system. They were always spinning records in the room, freestyling, smoking weed.
Tell him his old name. That way the OGs know who he was before he was.
Gil Gates, shout Gil Gates. You know, my brother, you know, he's still doing his thing. He's working on a lot of shit right now too. He's working on a project with Otherwise. He's a Los Angeles veteran. He got a lot of shit with Bad Seed from Brooklyn, New York.
Shout out, Primo.
Yeah, he's working right now. He got a lot of shit in the stash ready to go.
Tap in, cuzzo. That's something we ain't done yet. We got to make it right here and make it a family thing. You know,
sir. Yeah, and but just being around that, as I was a kid, it just rubbed off on me, and I started doing the same thing with my friends, smoking weed, freestyling in the bedroom. Downloading different beats so we could battle each other and this and that. So that just always stuck with me. And as I got older, it just progressed. And artists that I came up listening to, the 50 Cents, a lot of underground hip hop like the Planet Asia, Strong Arm Steadies, Mobb Deeps, Infamous Mob. So a lot of that shit kind of, I would say, almost molded my sound as well.
Okay. That's right.
That grimy,
hip-hop, gritty, that's the business, man. That you spit, you got them bars, man. These cats don't know. We're gonna put that up in our edit, so they can tap in on your videos and your music and your product and stuff. But I'm proud of you still pushing, man. And what are plans? What you got coming up?
Shit, I'm always working. I got a lot of songs I've been recording this year. Just trying to experience different sounds right now. Trying to figure out, which lane I want to go. Because, like I said, my last project was my 13th album. Yeah. So I've been dropping a lot of shit.
Been putting in work. That's work right there, man.
Yeah. So I'm just mapping out the next move right now, playing with different sounds and see which route I want to take with the next project.
Okay.
But I'm always recording. I'm gonna be dropping a couple singles pretty soon. So I'm just laying low right now.
All right. Any other business ventures you want to let our people tuning in, know what they can, where they can, what products you got, what they can find,
I got all the merch for all my projects still. I got my website, streetcrave906.com. You can get all the merch. I got hoodies. I got 12-inch vinyls, cassette tapes, all the CDs on there. You can check out all the videos. So anything you want to get, you can cop straight from the website, and that's pretty much directly through me.
Okay. You say cassette tapes?
Yeah, I got cassettes, 12-inch vinyls.
We went back. Look, I know a lot of these artists don't understand that culture of going back to cassettes. Some cats won't even know what the fuck a cassette is. What the fuck is this? It's kind of like a rotary phone.
Even the CDs, I have a little cousin. I gave him one of my CDs, and he's looking at me. He said, "What'd I do with this?"
Yeah.
The fuck you mean? You play that shit. Yeah.
That's like handing them vinyl. I did that to my kids. And, I handed my kids a vinyl. They gave me that look like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
My kids had never seen a record. They'd never seen a record, and they're like, oh my God. Then for me to put my records, it was funny because, like I said, I moved out to Washington. So my younger kids that went out with me, I took all my crates. I went and bought one of them, MP3, the little 45 players, the ones they have at Walmart.
Yeah.
Little blue one with the speakers on it. But I hooked up my Event 2020s and had it bumping, so I'd pull out my classic rock. That's when my daughter Anissa, she fell in love with Stevie Nicks. And every time I'd play the records, Dad, can you throw on Dreaming? Or she'd put it on, but when I started to bust it out, as we started to move into the house, into our place, I would bust out the records, and I'll be like, and they knew Dad always had crates of records, but they never seen a record like that. So when I pulled it out, what's that? I said, this ain't no CD. I said, these are albums. I said, this is classic shit. I said, they'll be passed down to you guys. They were my dad's.
Right.
So they'll be passed down to you guys when it's my time. And they loved it.
It's the nostalgia behind it too with us, the cassettes, the CDs. I don't got a CD player in my car, but I'm still pressing up the CDs just because that's what I love. That's what I came up,
Well, people like myself too, I like receiving physical product. You know what I mean? A physical product from them. Hey, bro, can you sign this? You know what I'm saying? You can't do that with something you downloaded on your phone. So when the homies say, hey, did you download? Nah, hey, homie, did you press any of them? No, I didn't do that. I feel that that's kind of a mistake that cats should press up at least 1,000. Oh, this is going to cost me money. Invest in yourself, bro.
It's almost like a business card, you meet somebody, pass them, you got something to give them, something for them to, look at least. And
people want memorabilia.
Out of sight, out of mind. If you don't got nothing to give them, they're not going to think about it.
Yeah. That's like just saying, hey, can I get your autograph? Well, what do you have for me to sign on? You know what I'm saying? Oh, here, sign my shoe. Sign something. There's something there. If you're going for autographs, hey, make sure you got a marker and something to put it on. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You doing music. If you don't have a business card, you don't have a digital card, you don't have a CD or any product or something to show for yourself, then what are you doing it for? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, soak up that game, guys. Always have something, product, all that good stuff, man. Because, like I said, people like myself, they like memorabilia. My boy Gmo was on episode 1. He came and he brought us his album, reproduced album, and that was awesome, man, to see the homies going back and putting their stuff on the album. I met him 30 years ago, and he goes and he presents me. I'm like, well, I was blown away. Like, damn, that's dope.
And it's memorabilia too. Like a lot of fans nowadays, you might see a hip hop artist sell their vinyl, 12-inch vinyl, $100 a pop, and there's fans buying them.
Yeah, they'll buy it. And
same shit with the cassette tapes. I don't know anybody with a cassette player, but people are buying cassette tapes because of the nostalgia behind it, because it brings back that feeling like, oh, that hip-hop shit, going to the back of the book or the back of the CD cover, look at the album credits, and
In the studio, I still have a Tascam cassette track machine. It plays regular speed and it records, but I have that still.
Damn.
And for those, I still have a cassette player. I'll get that old boombox, what I'm saying, that has a cassette player or the stack. The stack stereos, the old school sound designs, hey,
the kids don't know. We used to, we didn't have a button to push to rewind. We used to rewind with a fucking pencil on the cassette tape.
Yeah.
We used to twist it backwards and go back to the beginning of the song like that.
Yeah, when we had that's right. Back in the days when moms was buying us before the iPods and shit, we had headphones sets, cassette players, and a lot of them cassette players only had fast forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of them, we had the broke edition. So if we had the broke edition, just fast forward, hey, you would get that pencil out and rewind, or flip it. So you didn't want to waste your batteries. Real shit. You didn't want to waste your batteries. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck, I need my batteries to bump my shit here. Take that sucker out and rewind your fucking tape, put that sucker back in, and especially in them boom boxes, bumping the big Lasonic boom boxes. You had to always go buy 8 to 12 D Energizer batteries, and it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap back then.
I remember waking up early to listen to the Wake Up Show, like on Sunday nights, and my mom would have her cassette tapes with the floaters or whoever was on it.
Yeah,
and you just put the little tape over the 2 sides on the end.
And record.
It's a blank tape now. That's a blank tape now.
I bet you got your ass whooped.
Yeah.
Thea whooped that ass. Yeah, because I know that's crazy. Yeah, you would cover
I used to
it.
record all the freestyles with that.
Yeah, I would either do that when I was making my little mixtapes, Power 106, all my songs, and you try to cut it out before it said Power 106 and go into the next song. I used to get toilet paper, roll it up, and stick it in the holes and just fucking, but the tape, that's old school.
Yeah.
So I know you got your ass whooped for that, because I got my ass whooped when I was learning how to spin on my back. I would open up my dad's, the records that I have now, I still have the record, and I would open up the George Benson record and use that to spin on the carpet. And my dad came home one day and saw me, my neighbors, we're breakdancing in the living room, and
you're spinning on his record.
I'm spinning on his fucking record, bro. He whooped my ass when I was dead spin. Wow. Clap me one, and bro, I never did that shit again. But we used to do shit like that. That's crazy. That's hilarious, man. But cassette, dude, that's good. These cats, they won't know, but we got to put them up on game. Hey, take it back to them roots, man. And we talk about that. That's part of our culture, part of our roots, and knowing our history of music and where it came from and what it was on. You hand somebody that cassette, what the fuck am I gonna do with it? Like Luda did to homie on what's that flick? It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, Tip of My Tongue. Oh shit, Hustle and Flow. when he handed him his cassette. Hey man, here's my cassette. Oh, what am I supposed to do with this shit, man? Ain't nobody got a cassette player.
That's exactly what's going on.
Well, shit, maybe we need to build cassettes again, cassette players, and start branding them motherfuckers and bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's history repeats itself. Why not the equipment, right? That's something we got to do, Mike. I think we need to start doing that. The jam hits boombox or some shit, because they got that boombox and them boomboxes now. But
like
man,
the old school style.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And there's a market for all that too, because people like collecting shit like that from different artists. You know, their favorite artists came out with a 12-inch. You know, even the small 6 inches. You know, people love collecting that shit.
How much could it really cost to do that, bro? To put a cassette player on there with the CD player? Because I remember back in the days, my brother for Christmas, my mom and pops bought my brother a boombox. I remember this is when speakers started to detach, and he had a black and white TV on it. He had a double cassette player, and then the CD player on top.
He was the man.
He was the fucking man. And guess what? On our last day of school, I remember it was our 8th grade. We were having our, 8th grade, you're having your last parties with your, the school year's ending, you're getting ready to graduate. I brought that sucker to school, and everybody's like, what the fuck is that? And, he had a dope-ass boombox, but we got to bring that back, man. Build that sucker, something with a USB drive, CD player, cassette player, little 45, no.
Have everything right there, all in one.
Right, that'd be the all-in-one, bro. The jam hits all in one. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that shit, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's dope. I respect that, man. That's hard. And who would have thought? Hey, take it back to cassettes, man. And I just recently saw that too. It's funny you saying cassettes, because I saw on Instagram. I don't remember who it was, but it was about the hip hop culture. They got homie that's scratching on. Did you see it? That's scratching on cassette.
No. Oh shit.
Yeah, he's literally scratching. He's holding that sucker by the little knobs, and he's scratching, bro. And he's got one playing. He's got a mixer, and he's got one, and he's scratching on. We'll pull it up on YouTube. We'll get it on. We'll see if Mike can edit that. We'll find that and put that in so we can pop that show, homie. I'm gonna Google it, and we'll find that little scene. And he's literally scratching, bro, like he's on vinyl. And then there's this dude that just created some software where he gets the tape. He gets cassette tape, or he gets the tape, and he's scratching, and he's moving this. It looks like a magnet, but it's the head reader, the what reads what's on the cassette tape, and he's scratching with the and I'm like going, these motherfuckers
I haven't seen that shit.
It's sick as fuck. And I started this, because those were my roots when I first started back in the days before I started rapping. My homeboy Bandit was spitting first, and I was a DJ. I would beatbox for him, and we were in junior high. And then these are popping. We used to pop and break, and then he started spitting, and then I was like, that's dope. But I was more DJ beatbox type, and then back then, man, I mean, we came from that era, and but it's a trip, when I used to spin, and now seeing these guys are stepping the game of getting that and innovating with new shit for the studio. But that was a trip to see them scratching on that tape like that.
Right. Yeah, it's so crazy the way the game's evolving as far as technology and being able to record now. People are having studio sessions together with their engineer. Engineer might be in New Jersey while they're in the studio in LA.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how the game is, and there's just so much shit that you could do now. It's just all at the tip of your hands.
Well, shit, we were talking about you're talking about software and stuff. Well, where the game is at now, it's funny because now they have BandLab, which is dope. I don't know if you heard of it, but we were talking about... Is that
the one with the phone?
It's on the phone.
Okay.
And it was the episode we did with my homeboy Breeze. He talked about that real quick, where he recorded one of the homies that was locked up from prison, and you could drop your vocals. It's a full studio on there now. And I started fucking with BandLab a little, started making some slappers, some beats on there, and had invitations to cats. Hey, come on, let's collab. So I started working with it. But when you're in your car... say your lady's driving, whatever, you can go on there, make beats with your headphones on and do some shit. I got my homie Mike stuck on it. When he started to do it, he started putting beats together. But it's a dope little program, and that's where we're at now, man. Stuff went from computer to laptop to your iPads, and now we have it on the phone, bro. BandLab, and it's funny, but it works.
Yeah, like, so now artists really have no excuse to not being able to record, not being able to have studio time, even graphics. Screenshot a stock photo, add some verbiage over it, that make that album cover. So I mean, there's so much shit that you could do now that wasn't available back then.
It's even all the AI stuff now. You know, my buddy put me up on game and told me, oh yeah, you can just type in what you want, boom, and it'll paint you a picture of an album cover. There's even lyrics. It's crazy. You can go in and I want to rap about this, and then put the subject in, and it'll give you 16 bars, bro. Like, people can cheat and not even write their own music no more. It's crazy with all this AI shit. Oh, let's do the AI. They're gonna release an NWA album. We talked about that. Oh, they're gonna AI and try an AI Eazy-E's verse or Eazy-E's voice. I'm like, why do that? Why change it? Why not go to his bloodline? Go to his sons, Little Eazy-E. E3 sounds just like his daddy. Don't do the AI shit. So to a point, I respect the AI stuff, but not remaking somebody that's not here no more, their lyrics. That's not them. Why do I want to buy it? Why do I want to support it? That's a computer. I don't know. I feel something different about it. I don't know. What do you feel about that AI shit?
Yeah, I think I mean, there's a lot of
a Biggie album.
I'm sure there's positives to it, but as far as the musically, I mean, I personally wouldn't be using it to write my lyrics.
You were a Biggie fan though, right?
Yeah. Biggie everywhere.
So if they brought out an AI, I mean, I know you'd want to hear it, but if they brought out an AI Biggie album, would you buy it?
No.
Exactly. That's how fast I want to hear the no's, because why buy it? It's not them. It's what is it? It's something generated by something that's not him.
They just did an AI song with Drake rapping the Ice Spice. And it's like, come on, that's just a parody shit.
So it's corny to you. I think it's corny. I honestly think that when it comes to that, and also the lyric situation, cool, generated art and generating art for album covers, that's dope. Certain stuff, tattoos, that's
Movies,
dope.
Movies, video games, shit like that. But musically, nah.
You got to be creative and handle your own shit. See, I'm glad we're on the same page when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something deep to talk about, man. Because that's where and that's a big question. Is that where the game's gonna go? The industry gonna go? This is hip hop, bro.
I don't think so, because there's a lot still people like me and you out there, and even the new artists. New artists take pride in their music as well. So I don't think that's really gonna be the route the game will go, as far as having AI do lyrics for
They're starting it though. That's what's crazy, is they're starting it and they're putting it out and like they said, look, we've gotten rid of, like, say, McDonald's putting up them fucking virtual menus. They've gotten rid of employees because they're putting up computer stuff. At Walmart. Now look at what's happening. You don't even got to go into the studio to record this. A computer is generating them lyrics. So what is that doing? Is that defeating our purpose now of us being engineers, producers, engineers, and tracking, mixing, and mastering? It's all getting done with these AI programs.
Right.
And it's crazy, man.
Almost like if the companies are going to start producing their own music, cutting off the artists.
We got an album on 2. Yeah, we already know what your voice sounds like. PopOff here. We just did a PopOff album. We don't need you no more. And it start marketing, and then now we're in a court battle for whatever. Can see, the music business is scandalous.
The first artist I seen do that was Prodigy before he passed away. He did the I want to say it was the HNIC 2 album. He used AI, but what he did it for was to translate his lyrics from English to multiple languages.
Okay.
So they released the album in Spanish, they released it in French and in Chinese.
Yeah.
So that, that's being creative still, as far as musically.
Yeah.
But, when you're using it just to flat out record your lyrics, that takes the artist from the artist.
Like, we know Bob Marley ain't here no more. Oh, there's a new Bob Marley album. Right. That AI generated. I don't want to hear that shit. He didn't write it. He didn't make it. That ain't hit the
fans
feeling.
Ain't trying to hear that shit.
I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm unplugging that shit.
But what if you do hear the album, right?
Yeah.
And it just slaps.
Crazy.
It was just like, oh, this is dope. The beat, everything.
I
like,
know, but still, it's still not him. It's not authentic, bro. What are we here for?
No, true.
We're here for the authentic music, you know, like look at now. One of my favorite groups growing up was Tierra. And rest in peace to Rudy and Steve Salas. You know? I wouldn't want to hear a computer generated "Together, Baby."
Yeah, I think I'd rather hear a cover band.
Yeah, a great cover band versus exactly. You know, and D Salas, you know, the homie and Daphne. I know they do their thing. That's all I want to hear. Hear it. It'll be done. It can be done. You know, I don't want to hear no AI shit. You know, I don't want no. You know, none of that. I want to hear either like Bloodline, do it. And or a dope cover band that can do it, but it's got to be done. And to me, that's not doing it right. It's got to be done right. I don't want to hear the AI shit.
Yeah,
that's good. We're covering that though. That's a good concept because man, I've been thinking about that for a minute. Like wow, and speaking on that, and I sit back and I'm like, nah, that ain't them. Am I gonna purchase it? I'll listen to it. Honestly, I'll listen to it and give it the time and you know, but I don't know if I respect it.
Right.
You know, that's a big difference. And I don't want to seem like a dumb shit. You know, I know people, oh, well, no, I mean, but it's not them, man. You know, it's a whole part of being authentic. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear Easy's voice like that. Yeah, go to his sons, man. And they do the same thing their daddy did. And it's like, man, you know, you can go there and let's go that route. Some people might not like what I'm saying, or they might like it and agree. But that's what I think. That's how I think, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day too, like who would really benefit from it? Would it be the artists' families that they're doing it for, or the labels or that they're doing it for? You know what I mean?
That's it. Exactly. That's it. You know, because Easy still has family. Right. You know what I'm saying? He still has a bloodline. He's got grandkids. He's got his daughters, and he's got his daughter and his sons and his grandkids, and there's still a bloodline and lineage there that you know, Easy is here for life. You know what I'm saying? You can play his music's timeless. And like I said, on another episode was you can, my kids right now are, you know, 18, 17, 16, 15, they bang Boys in the Hood and they love, you know, NWA shit and
yeah, and that's the thing too. If you know, we want to listen to an artist, we could go back. And that's the thing about music; it's timeless. You know, classic music at least.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think there'll be a need for an album to be, you know, completely AI for somebody that's already, you know, deceased.
That'd be terrible. I think it's a terrible idea. I don't know, but I don't support that shit. They can miss me with that. I want to hear the real motherfuckers, and I know they're not here no more. So, who was it that said it? 8 Ball and MJG. So if I die, press play to bring me back to life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I go by that saying too. When I die, press play to bring me back to life.
And I think that sometimes too when I'm recording, like when I'm gone, I have this. You know, if my family or whoever the case wants to go back, you know, this will be forever.
And that's what we're doing right now, because I know I'm redoing an album. I have an album coming up. We're gonna start working on, and I got a little concept with that. I'm gonna call it the re-up, but we're gonna do a revisited, retouched, remastered, re-released, the re-up album, and I'm gonna have stuff. I'm gonna remix my old Big Body Music album and put that with the new product we're doing now. But the plan on that is I have a song on there called When I Die. And the lyrics are, when I die, I hope my music turns to money trees and blesses the pockets of all of my seeds. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is, man. That you know what I mean? And that's that whole, you know, Easy has so much music and dope shit that he can still feed his family, but that AI shit doesn't feed his family.
Right.
How does that fit in the contract? Oh, okay, well, we're gonna drop this whole Easy album now. You know.
Yeah.
Tamika would have to
has to be some mutual agreements there.
Yep, somebody would have to say, okay, you know what, you're using you need to break bread. You know what I'm saying? I hope those are in there, the little fine print. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Shit, talk to me. What are these moves? What are we doing?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I also got the Who I Am album. That was kind of like my Illmatic, I would say.
Okay.
You know, I got features on there from Ransom. I got Etho on there. I got Big Twins from Infamous Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
I got my boy Riggs on there. So that's I would like to say, you know, one of my classic albums that I put out, and you know, people are still, you know, listening to that now. People message me, showing me screenshots of, you know, them playing it in their car, or, you know, reposting it on social medias and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, you know, I hold myself to a high standard when it comes to putting out music. So I don't like to just drop music every week. I'm not going to be putting out a single every day. So I like, you know, quality over quantity.
Yeah, you take your time and make sure it's built right and done correctly and not rushed. You don't like to rush? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so like I make sure, you know, I got my engineers, you know, making all my shit sound crispy. Yeah. Yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. You know, I'm taking my time with this next project because I'm figuring out like different sounds that I'm playing with, experimenting with different sounds in the studio right now, and you know, once it's ready, it'll be something.
Trying to find that new something, just to kick it up 10 notches.
Yeah, just, you know, change it up a little bit. You know, I still got that grimy sound.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, it's something a little more. You know, I'm a little older now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not gonna be out there shooting at people, doing, you know, selling shit like that.
Switched up your lyrics.
You know?
Yeah, you're a married man now.
Yeah,
you got
family man.
Yeah, you got lives now that we have to, you know, we got to change. Yeah, I know we grow up, we change, got to change our ways. That's maturing though, bro. That's all maturing and us getting to that next level, you know, and growing up. And that's a good way to look at it, because I've been going through that myself, you know, trying to figure out, do I drop this? Do I not drop this? Is it vulgar? You know, is it too vulgar? You know, and I'll be honest, when I drop dirty shit, I ask my wife, I ask my daughters, do you guys feel offended by this? I don't want to offend, you know, you don't want to offend the women in your family.
Right.
You know, you don't want to offend women in your, but hip hop's grimy. That's what hip hop is. And you know, but we have people looking at us. You know, we have our pastors looking at us. We have our neighbors and family members, our the older people in our family, you know, on top of the totem pole. Oh, you shouldn't be talking about that, you know, but you know, we are who we are, you know, that's who we are, and we gotta come as we are, and you know, we have our time where we change, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and rap's like riding a bike, you know. Once you know how to ride a bike, you don't forget. Same shit with rap, you know. So it's like once you got it, it's like you don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes, you know, I'm living life and it's like I almost feel like I want to retire from this rap shit because, you know, I hate it so goddamn much.
Yeah.
You know, but then next minute, there might be an opportunity, you know, coming at me, and it's like, there it is. Like the game keeps calling me, you know? Yeah. And it's like you try to get one foot out, then, you know, something else just keeps pulling you back in. And, you know, it's just, yeah, just can't really get away from it.
Well, my wife has heard that from me a lot. You know, I get frustrated, like with, you know, my boy Breeze. I had him on an episode, and that's his frustration. He's saying he's going to retire. I tell him, you know, you're not going to retire. He's too talented, but you get sick of the shit. You get sick of the bullshit. You get sick of, you know, because what we do, you know, you hear people, oh, I can't wait till you get back. You know, when I was in Washington, I can't wait till you get back, bro. I miss you, big bro. When you get back, we're going to knock out work. Woo, woo, woo. So I come back and I put this, you know, studio together, this whole game plan. 2 studios, 2 podcast rooms. You know what I'm saying? Where we're at, and my shit up the hill. And
crickets.
People, yeah, crickets, exactly. So where's it all at? So that's why I just, you know, that circle went from hula hoop to Cheerio. Mm-hmm. You know now, okay, who's pumping your head, who's with the shit and who's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're about the business. I'm about the business. The people I fuck with are about the business, and I'm just gonna keep moving, man. You know, I'm 52, and it's like I feel great after losing the weight and being 210 pounds. Too. Thank you, Primo. I'm healthy right now. I'm energetic. I'm ready to roll and do this. I ain't gonna retire. We got OGs. You know, Frost is still in the game doing his thing, and much love to Frost and you know, all the OGs. You know, Ice-T's dropping another project. You know, my homeboy ringleader DJ Ace is producing on that, and much love to Ace, one of my other homies I've known for some years, and I'd like to get him on a podcast. I mean, dude, the era we come from, but just seeing where everything's at and how the game is now, and it's just a trip, man.
The game, it evolves just like any other game, from basketball, football. We used to have the Jordans, the Birds, then the Kobe's, Shaqs, now the Currys, LeBrons. So, I mean, the game's always going to change, always going to evolve, and you really can't knock that. It's like there's a saying, I read in a book, evolve or die. So you can stay stagnant, at where you were 10 years ago, but if you're at the same spot 10 years ago than you are now, then what have you done?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like saying, hey, homie, 10 years later and you still don't got a bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you're 10 years older, bro. People don't realize, hey, as individuals, we're young and then we grow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We grow when we grow up. You know what I'm saying? All that habit has to come with it. Your lifestyle, your bank account, your this, your that, your responsibilities, and people are still, we use that word a lot here, extended adolescence. It's like, grow the fuck up, grow the fuck up. I mean, I act my age. I feel young though, too, man. I thank God I'm still here and still pushing, and I'm gonna grind until the wheels fall off, man. But with all that, cuzzo, who you feeling these days, music wise? I know, I've been asked these questions and I've been like, I can't think of any names. That's just because right now I'm in my own world. I really don't listen to mainstream that much right now. I'm not even really listening. I see all the little homies up on Instagram, because I go on and I handle my Instagram. That's really what I do. But I don't listen to the radio. I haven't turned the radio on in a minute. You can kind of say I'm lost in the sauce slightly. I mean, I know my boys and my raza that's out there, and what I see on on the social media and stuff, but I'm really not paying attention to who's really out there. So I can't really say I have it. I still listen to all the OGs. You know what I mean? I know Cocaine and Sugar Free put out Sugar Cane. That moved me. The Legend in the Streets, the one produced by Battle Cat. You got West Coast Cam on there. You got Chill from Compton's Most Wanted, and you got Corrupt, dope ass track. So stuff like that. Them OGs, that's what I love. That's who I listen to. To me, I know that they don't consider that mainstream. To me, that's my mainstream. Those are the cats that I recognize still. Like I said, Ice-T's coming out with another album. Definitely gonna buy it. But other than that, I miss the Kanye. I miss Kanye. I mean, I don't listen to anything else. I mean, but who mainstream? I was asked, but who mainstream are you feeling right now?
To be honest, I really don't listen to like a lot of these rappers. I listen to a lot of like old school Mary J. Blige shit. Yeah. Like R&B type shit.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously like the Alchemists, the V Dons, that type of production as far as music shit. But as far as artists, there's really no artist that I am, really like I can say, oh, I'm a fan of this guy,
Yeah.
Yeah, I still listen to a lot of like the old shit, the Prodigies, the 50 Cents, the Diplomats, a lot of stuff like that.
You bang any Chicano rap?
I can't say I can.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. We all listen to what we listen to. I'll be honest, like people, I listen to, I like to listen to a lot of classic rock. And I like to listen to a lot of old school shit, and everybody's like they trip out because I spit, but if I had my choice of music on a drive, when I'm driving to say for instance Vegas, I'm listening to classic rock, I'm listening to something different than hip hop, what I'm saying?
Yeah, same here. I might throw on some Red Hot Chili Peppers, some Nirvana.
Driving music.
I listen to some of that shit too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna knock any of the new artists. I have a cousin. He's real big on the Playboy Cardis, the Yeats. Artists like that. But that's not really my lane. I kind of come home style of music that I like listening to. That ain't it really.
Yeah, my boy Ray the Lover just walked in. What up, G? Was popping, family in the house. You know what I'm saying? This the team right here. But yeah, man, just that's. It's just like I asked that question because I've been asked, and I feel kind of weird too, because I know I've said I ain't feeling nobody, and I don't want a lot of my little homies that are coming up and they're doing things right now to feel offended by me saying that, because there's no way I don't mean it like that. I'm just right now I guess I'm stuck on I've always made it a habit to I shut everything and everybody out. I don't listen to nothing because I'm trying to create myself,
right?
And I'm not trying to sound like nobody. Oh, you bit my shit. You were bumping I remember when you were on this for a minute. Now now you sound like him. I mean, I know I ain't exploded. Boom, and Iceberg ain't a household bread like Wonder Bread, or a household name like sliced bread, Wonder Bread. But I built my own character. I built my own persona, myself. Right. Iceberg. I've never looked at anybody to hold me up, to write shit for me. I've always been self-sufficient. But this is where I'm at. That's why I don't, and I mean no disrespect by saying, oh, I don't listen to nobody. But that's the reason why I don't, because when you start listening to people, you start banging that. And then what do you start doing? You start sounding like that. Sounding like that.
Yeah.
I'll hear it to hear it and listen to what's relevant. Yeah, what's relevant these days. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, I'll have my opinion, but if I don't have opinion, there's so-and-so, and I don't mention the name, don't feel offended. It's just, I just unplug for a minute so that I can think.
Right.
Because like we say, and we know, the game's saturated. Everybody and their mama got a studio. Everybody now is making beats and rapping, and everybody else wants to be a rap star, and this and that. But and then we have all the people we know, along with all them people that saturated the game. You know what I'm saying? And the hip hop game came like the weed game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a pack. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, man. Shit. What do you have any special collabos? Somebody that you want to collab with that you could put out and spit some names. Maybe hopefully they'll tap in and that'll get you the plug. You know what I'm saying? There might be some cats. My boys know they. Some, just let us know who you'd like to collab with, man. That's out there.
Well, I got a bucket list, a couple. I have Dr. Dre.
It's always
Dr.
one.
Dre.
Yeah.
50.
Okay.
Who else? Alicia Keys. Artists like that.
Yeah, well, we got some plugs. You know what I'm saying? We got homies that have homies that have homies, and it real shit. Like I said, you got my boy Frank Nitty. He's a great outlet. You know what I mean? And he's a good cat I know, and a man of his word. So I mean, I'll tell you that I've known him. He's always given me my love and recognition of hard work, and I commend him too, man. He's a good dude. So we're gonna be working with my boy Nitty. He has Young Gritty. Young Gritty got a lot of love. Snoop Dogg posted, a freestyle verse with Young Gritty, and that shit's going, and people are commenting. They dig it. I dig it. And Snoop digs it. To get love from Snoop and Snoop to post you got to be doing something.
I can't turn my phone on without seeing Snoop.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. He's on there doing his thing. Much love
he's
to
everywhere.
Snoop Dogg.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg too.
Yes, sir. Snoop Dogg.
He's another one.
Yeah, man. But shit, yeah, cousin, it's good to see you doing your thing and pushing, and we definitely got to get in the lab and drop some stuff and get Mike on there and get this.
Yeah, I'm on deck.
Yeah, we get this teamwork together, man. You said you had the clothing line? You said you got the clothing line?
Nah, typically when I drop a project, I have some merch to go along with the project. So if I drop an album, I'm gonna have, the who I am, hoodie, t-shirts, along with the vinyls and, cassette tapes and shit.
We're gonna start doing that. I'm definitely gonna we're not done filming yet, but I'm definitely gonna bring you back. I'd like to bring you back for a second show, and what we're gonna start doing too is promo. You know what I mean? We'll put it up on the screen, your product and stuff, or that's why I tell the homies and everybody bring something physical so you can show, we can put it up and hey, check it out, we have the shirts and yada da. That's the whole purpose of this, bro, to promote and push our product and let people know who we are, and we have a whole hour to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is the Culture Rich podcast show, and we're doing it, man. We have real individuals, real conversations, and real shit. You know what I'm saying? And Man, I dig it, cousin, and
Yeah, thank you for letting me come through too. You know, it's like I said, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been too long, and we can't let that much time go by. And we definitely, we've been losing family. I've been losing family left and right. I came home from Washington, went straight to my Uncle Junior's funeral on my dad's side, and that was my dad's dad, my grandpa Mike. That was his youngest brother. So, our time is for us. I remember when we were growing up, we would always look and want to fill in dad's shoes, and then I'm filling in grandpa's shoes now. You know what I'm saying? And we're up there. I'm 52, and father of 13, grandfather of 15, and yeah, that's what I wanted when I was a kid. I always wanted a big family, and God gave it to me. And I mean, shit, man, to see, now I have my older brother, and we're at the top of the totem pole. I have my three uncles, my dad's brothers that are still around. My Uncle Danny, my Nino Smiley, and my Uncle Sammy. But man, I mean, they're getting up there in age, and we think, it's just a trip, man. So
yeah, man, it's like what I was telling you earlier when me getting married. Now I'm starting a new branch for the Garcia family tree, and that's something I look forward to a lot, because
my grandma
I'm 35
Terry.
with no kids, but hopefully,
he held off to 35, 35 and having his first kid, and that's a trip.
Yeah, but shit. We're working on it though.
That's good though. Hey, that's good shit. He's a late bloomer. No, it's all good because
past due.
Yeah, he way past due. Shit, I remember we were in my garage. We were chilling, having some beers, smoking a toke. Me, my best friend Aaron Ortiz, my homie Jimmy, my homeboy ICG at the time. We called him ICG, but my homeboy Gabriel Carrasco, and we're chilling, and a few more of us. We're all kicking back in the garage. And I remember walking out telling my homies, "Oh, fuck that! I'm never gonna have kids."
Shit, now you got 13.
Hey, no, but I met the mother of my first kids, my daughters Brittany and Brianna, and I met my ex-girlfriend, and I ended up having twins, double yoker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I remember that day, and it was I was in a relationship with their mom, at the time. And we were just starting out, and dating and stuff, and me and my ex, we were going out, and I remember that I said, "Nah, I'm never gonna have kids." Bang, and then twins. It happened. Yeah, twins.
Shit.
So I'm big on saying, "Hey, don't say that shit," because it happens. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, they'll be 30 coming up. They'll be going on 30 years old. Yeah, and yeah, I got my oldest kids are 30, and my youngest baby girl is she just turned 15, and I started all over again. I got my grandson Eli, and after my daughter passing and stuff, I had to step up and be that papa and that daddy, and thank God for a woman like my wife. She's got my back, and she's helping me raise my grandson. But yeah, I started all over again. I got a 7, soon to be 8-year-old, and yeah, man, it's awesome. That's our our bloodline, our lineage, and I'm happy for you, man. You found that your rib. Mm-hmm. How long you been with her?
4 years.
4 years, awesome. Yeah, that's good, man. And I'm 17 with mine, and I know I can't wait to hit them.
Congrats on that too.
Yeah, it's nice. It ain't easy. It ain't easy, and like I tell everybody young, they come to me, "Oh, you and your wife, you guys got a great marriage," and all this, I just tell them, remember the first 3 years is the hardest. Once you get past 5, it should be in the bag, because you're learning in the first year that you marry, you live with somebody. You're learning their bad habits, like do they put the toilet paper roll on backwards, or squeeze from the center of the toothpaste, or do they, put the toothpaste cap back on, or it just certain bad habits. Do they leave their dirty laundry? Do they even do their dirty laundry?
Yeah.
Do they throw on their dirty laundry? Ooh.
Do they sleep in late?
Yeah, do they sleep in late? All their bad habits start to come out. And the first that first year to 3 years is the toughest when you move in. How long have you guys been living with each other?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, so she got to get used to your shit.
Yeah, she's still having a hard time dealing with me.
Yeah, it's all good though. Yeah. Hey, that's that process.
Nah, but yeah, we're happily married though.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
Primo. That's
blessed.
awesome. And so you're working on a kid. She's no positive yet. No. She's not pregnant.
Shit, who knows?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I became a professional. So there's some tips and stuff that I could give you. That push ovulation. You know what I'm saying, to that next. To that next level. I just know off of experience how it happens. And stuff. So yeah, I'll give you them tips on the that's another episode, but. Yeah, cousin, it's good to see you growing.
Save that
man.
episode for After Dark.
Yeah, that's an After Dark episode right there. That's for no youngins. You know what I'm saying? That's parental discretion is advised. But yeah, it's good to see you growing, man. And shit, we met, man. It's been how long now? It's been
I think I was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, and you're how old
35.
now? Oh fuck! So yeah, it's been a minute. Damn, time flies, cuzzo. Time flies, But man, it's it's awesome. We're here. We gotta keep pushing, and we're definitely gonna get some
blessing.
Yeah, get some projects in and make some things happen, man. Shoot, what do we got? You got any questions? You got any questions for me? I mean, I'm down to answer questions. I know I'm the host, but shit, I know people got questions to ask too. Hey, where the fuck you been? Why'd you leave? Hey, what up? What
Shit, how long were you in Washington?
I was there for 2 years. Went out there, and we moved my wife's grandma out there. She was in a bad situation, and we had opportunity to get out there and get to work as well. But that didn't work out. We ended up going. I became a meat cutter. Was out there for a couple years. I just needed to readjust after losing my daughter. I'm not gonna say my mind wasn't right. I just wasn't. I was just in a certain place. I needed to find myself. My wife found herself. Losing a kid ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? So it put my mentor in a certain area where I was thinking dumb shit, and I wanted to go do some dumb shit to the people responsible. Or the person responsible, but we'll leave that, so I just, had to get out there and just reconnect with myself, find myself again, put myself back in the work mode, because I was grinding it out. I was doing, I'm an entrepreneur, so I was doing things, moving around with my peoples, and we were chasing bread. I had started an edible company, did real well with that, then, hung it up for a bit, got a couple of my kids married and did my thing and grew my family, but I just needed to reconnect, and reset. So I went out there and did my thing, and I feel good right now.
That's good.
The kids, they loved it. They found it. I know I pulled my 4 youngest, and dragged them with me and my grandson, and we went out there and put them in school. My sons, they played ball out there, and they were worried about relocating. They were worried about relocating to another state, but they gelled right in. The whole school loved them, and my grandson met, good kids out there, and I saw my grandson grow in a situation, and it was great, man. It was cool, and I love it. I met some great people out there. My buddy Big John, and the Rivera family, they're awesome. Treated us like family. So I have familia back there now, and if I ever go back, or when I go back, I know I go back to family. It was cool, but I know my kids back here. I left, and I had my older kids that needed me still, and my wife, and like I said, we just went out there to reconnect and find ourselves. That kind of gave the family the reality, though, of appreciating us. While we're here, and certain family was like, "Oh, I'm glad you're back, and thank you for coming back home, and we need you back home." And I realized that, but if I didn't take care of myself and my wife, then if we can't do that, how are we going to take care of everybody else?
Right.
So I needed that. So yeah, we dipped out. And we're back now. We got back November 3rd, and shit, we're here. You know, we're here.
Glad you're back. Shit,
Yeah.
I was surprised when you called.
Yeah.
Last time I had a surprise call like that from you, you know, it wasn't good news.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, but shit.
And I hate to deliver bad news, but you know that kind of news, you know, keeps us together and keeps us appreciating our sangre, you know, our blood and our you know, our familia, man, because we can't lose. We have to know, you know, our family tree and our bloodline, man, and we got a lot of cousins, you know. And it's a trip that we both did music that brings us together. That's going to keep us together. And we have more family. We have a lot of, you know, we got Mike, my nephew, Mike, you know, yourself, and then myself. And then I have another one of my prima, my little cousin from the Alcaraz side, Unique. Her name is Unique Alcaraz. And she's dope. She can spit. So kind of look her up. Her name is Unique.
I think I seen her working with Mike.
Yeah, she did some stuff with Mike.
Also,
I'm gonna reach out to her. Yeah, this is on my primo Ernie's side and my dad and my grandpa's side of the family, the Alcaraz side, and so yeah, my cousin Unique, and we have I got my cousin Randy, which is on my dad's side as well, Living Real, and he just recently he went to LA recording school, made all his moves, but he did the soundtrack for the video game Ryukin Street Fighter, and boom, blew up. Took trips to Japan. Now he's back. So I'm gonna be having my primo Living Real out and Unique and family here and let them know, you know, hey, we got this cracking, because gotta put family on, you know what I'm saying, and keep it going. But yeah, man, it's awesome to have, you know, we all have that love and that passion for
it's like
the culture.
Yeah, and you know, me and my brother, you know, on the other side too, is like, you know, we live this shit.
We got to get him here, and hopefully he'll tune in. Let him know, hey, Primo's got the
he's
spot.
on deck. He's ready.
Yeah, and anybody you got, let them know, man, you know. And anybody out there that's interested, man, in getting on the Culture Rich podcast show, give a fat kid a holler. Let's get you on here, man. And it's good to see you, Primo. And
likewise.
We got a couple minutes. We'll be wrapping it up in about 2 minutes. And but anything else you want to add, Primo?
Follow me on Instagram at PopOff906. That's PopOff906. Same handle on Twitter. Same handle on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Street Crave.
Yep, and YouTube, all that stuff.
Yeah, YouTube. You know, you look me up, PopOff. I dropped the video, the show. That's my latest video.
Okay.
Dropped another video with Big Twins. That one's called From the Concrete.
Okay.
So yeah, check me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here.
That's the business, Primo. Well, I appreciate you coming out, Cuzzo, and you know, I know, you know, taking time in your day. I know you had to work today. I almost ditched today, but you know, I don't
I'm
go
a working man. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't go in till 3:30, so I'm gonna have to climb this crazy ass hill, fight traffic, and punch in. But man,
leave work to go back to work. You know,
yeah, hey, this is work. That's what we're trying to make people know. You know, our time is valuable. You know what I'm saying? And what we do, you know, my homies behind the cameras, you know, they could be doing something else, and you know, we're all here, you know, and that's what we need to do. We need to keep pushing. This is a family thing, and yep, we're creating that content and keep it going, man. But I appreciate you, Primo.
Thank you.
It's been a blessing. Thank you very much. Much love, cousin.
Yeah, love you too.
And
thank you.
You know, everybody, man, thank you for tapping in. I hope you all enjoy this session right here that we had. This my little cousin right here, PopOff. You know what I'm saying? And much love, everybody tuning in the Culture Rich podcast show, powered by Jam Hits, baby. Much love to everybody. Hope you all enjoy. Tap in on the next episode. Peace.